I'm be making this video to test out my theory on correspondences and really the fact that I don't know if they're really needing to be taught whenever it comes to tarot readings and all that, and also the tarot deck itself. So I'm going to be applying a principle that the best chess players use whenever it comes to visualizing the board without actually looking at it. Well, I plan on doing that, applying that same principle with the tarot deck without the tarot deck, seeing it within my mind's eye, pulling it up and just describing the details from there. So, and I manage, we're going to have three popsicles, three cards just to make it easier for me to fucking visualize it. I'm not going to fucking do 20 cards, folks. I mean, let's be fucking honest, I'm not there just yet. But just for the threefold, I'm going to be doing reputation. And I reckon that this is the easiest for people to, take for understanding the circumstances surrounding them. It's like, I imagine it's going to help out whenever it comes to the skepticism, if there's anybody that does. Fuck, I don't give a fuck yet. All right, fuck it. Time to do it. All right. Time for pile number one. An Ace of Swords appeared as a pass card. What I'm getting the sense is that I guess there was an event that took place, a truth that happened, or truth that was revealed, in which she disliked the fact. Fuck, fucking cat's really bothering it. Yeah. They might have stolen something from you in particular that you didn't really, it could have been something that was very vital to you, and it could have even been fucking sold. So there's something to that reading. Now, granted, for some reason, this is not going into reputation, but I guess the reputation I would gather from it is that you just picked the wrong fucking folks to fuck with at this rate. Something about a purse. There could have been something that was in the purse of which you found out that they had, even. Now, this is another circumstance. I don't know why it's not going into reputation per se. Not unless if it's them, it's their reputation that you're finding out about. It could be just on the whims of which you just so happen to be fucking curious, obviously. And it could be because there was an actual probable cause in which caused you to look into their belongings and find out something about them. Now, granted, I'm not saying fucking go and do that, but if there's something of which fucking just scratches your nuggins, then fucking do you. So that's what I'm getting for the Ace of Swords. It's not going to be a very delicate truth, I say. So this could either be a friend, someone that you're fucking dating, someone who you're fucking around off and on, just type shit. It could be that scenario as well. And who knows, they could even be in a relationship if it's an on and off scenario and you didn't realize about it and you'll realize about it. It's like, that's another. Uh, I'm getting the description of for some reason, a Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel. I don't know why that's being brought up to me. So whenever it comes to that, I guess metaphorical depiction of what it's bringing me towards, it could be something to do with karma. Karma is basically the reciprocation of what's done, or the reciprocation of you not being wise in decisions which you're making, and which that ignorance backfired. So that could be another description as well. So this could be just something to tie up loose ends on, in which that scenario is being presented to you in that case, and very much delicate process, in which it doesn't seem delicate, but trust me, it's fucking delicate. And for some reason, I'm getting brunette, not brunette per se, but redheads. I don't know if that's fucking what brunette means, but redhead. It could be that your man is fucking redheaded or your lady's redheaded or friend, whatever the fuck. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting a description with this pass card of which I'm seeing in my eye. And whenever I'm looking down, no, I'm not looking at any fucking cards. I'm just looking at a piece of paper. Just looking at a piece of paper. I'm not looking at any fucking cards. Uh, but there could be something of which you find out that they're working in the nightlife, like for instance, prostitution. That could be something of which you're very much unaware of and which you find out. I don't know why the fuck this ain't. This must be their fucking reputation, folks. I'm just saying. But I'm going to be going ahead and pulling up the present card in my mind's eye. Three of Wands. Oh, fuck. Okay. So this could be something in which it could, but it's upwards, though. It could have been that. Now, granted, this is showing upright in my mind. The Ace of Swords in the past card was reversed. So this one is upright. So it could be that they were entertaining it. Now, whenever it comes to different scenarios of which I'm describing, it's like you're going to have to figure that out yourself. But they could have been entertaining the act of having an affair, which obviously is fucking so broadly termed that anybody could have that. But I don't think they have yet done it. And if they did do it, then you'll understand it. But if they didn't do it, well, fuck, hold up, trying to focus. I'm saying one of those fucking black Lexus cars. It could be a car of a friend that is co-joined with them, and which who knows if there's a black Lexus or whatever that their fucking friends driving or whatever. For some reason, it's got to do something with that interaction. For some reason, that's these scenarios I've been describing. Not all of them, of course, but for a select few of whom this applies to. So if there's any time where you see them get into a black Lexus and it's they're saying they're going out with a friend, there's something interesting about that'll unfold something within you. But whenever it comes to the Three of Wands, I'm also getting that now this does have to do with your reputation. With the Three of Wands, it describes that you seem to be the type of person that does have a lot of options on the table, of course. But the thing is I think whenever it comes to either your friends because of jealousy or because of someone you're fucking with because of jealousy type shit, they decided to have someone as the main while having you as the side. And I've encountered that situation in life. That's funny. It's coming up. So you're probably known as somebody that does have a lot of options on the table. What other things can I describe from these two emotions? Okay, this is odd, but there's a name that came out called Salai or Sally, Salai, Sally, and that could be one of their go-to friends or partners or fucking whoever, just friends that they call. But for some reason, Sly came out first. I guess there's something about a bargaining chip or something that they're wishing to have at their disposal to hold over you. I think I think this might have done with something in the past where it could have been also truths about you that were revealed. Now I'm just going at different lanes, folks. So just keep up as best you can. Take what you can. Okay. They're describing a different matter. For some reason, it could have to do with the reputation past which you had, in which your job doesn't exactly entertain those sort of past transgressions per se. And who knows, this fucking person is keeping something on the down low, and just in case if anything was to ever flip on them, uh, uh, you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about whenever it happens. And if you're not seeking it, then you won't see it. So, and you don't have to seek it by fucking contemplating it. It just fucking happens, and they'll trigger it. Four of Wands in reverse. Oh, yeah. Okay, Four of Wands. This is definitely something that if this is brought to their attention, there's going to be a problem of which they could try to fuck with your work. Um, they could try to get you fired as well. Now I'm getting construction. I'm getting fucking lumber. So who knows? You could be just an old timer motherfucker. Which I'm actually surprised you're watching this, by the way. Not unless if you're not old timey and you're just motherfucker that fucks with nature like hippies do, like us, you know? Which, amen to that. But the Four of Wands in reverse. What else can I describe? I'm also getting a trail of broken hearts. For some reason, whenever it came to the Four of Wands, I saw in the sea a bunch of people. So it could have been people from the past in which you might have fucked over here and there, but I'm not seeing that. Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, I'm seeing a person come out of the waters saying, "Give me a cup that I may drink." Even though the water is, I don't know how the fuck this is going to be described. Because it's not like they're in the fucking ocean, unless they are and it's salty. They can't drink, of course, shit. But for some reason, they're asking a cup from you, in which you deny it. And it could be something that you weren't really anticipating. Something unexpected. Now, this could be after the fucking dispute, of course, and after the revelation of this fucking intricate process of what happens. And then it goes into this further case of someone offering themselves to you. And it could be as sort of like if I found out, now if I was the motherfucker, if I was a motherfucker, and if a friend, you know, and it's a she, and her boyfriend's cheating on her, and then I offered her, oh, we can fuck too if you wish, you know, type shit, but it's gonna be on the subtle note. I imagine that you haven't been friends for very long, and I'm getting that this is also for ladies too. Majority ladies. Man, there's very few fucking guys involved in this topic. But I'm also getting lesbians as well. Whenever it comes to relationships, that could be also very much involved with this as well. That could be a shocking revelation for you. Hmm. Okay, I'm getting a view of a guy in a black trench coat looking like one of those motherfuckers that fucking, you know, says those rights at, you know, grave sites and shit. Whenever that, you know, from the dust we're made, from the dust we return type shit. For some reason, he's holding his hat out, and there's change that's dropped in it, which I'm trying to find out the metaphorical element of that. And for some reason, the person handing the change, it's the last bit of money they had. So it could be something which you fall for. It could be like they could play as like the motherfucker that wouldn't be interested in fucking around and getting involved in situations in which could potentially bite them in the ass in the end. And you're having to really contemplate these measures because it doesn't seem like they're showing it in the forefront, but behind the scenes, they're wanting to get something started with you. So whenever it comes to revenge, if you want it, fucking have it. But just know it doesn't lead to any fucking thing. So they're going to be asking the last bit of your change. I have a feeling that they're going to leave you emotionally drained afterwards. What I mean by that is whenever it came to the pastor in which they say their rights and, the grave is covered up, you're going to be, for some reason, I feel like, have a guilt or shame afterwards. Have a guilt or a shame afterwards. I think I'm honestly, I think that's about it for the reading, but for the reputation itself, it got into some fucking situations of which I didn't see. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick and take note of what the fuck I was thinking and saying. Well, funny is I wasn't even thinking about it, just the images start coming up, but I noticed that was damn near just as draining as fucking Tarot itself without actual deck. So that's pretty funny to note. Now that's the end of that reading, so that way I can give myself a tiny break. For some reason that was pretty good. But and my cat fucking snuck in. Of course. Right. I'm going to be going ahead and going to the number twos. Got me and my cat, of course, because damn, I need some focus. Alrighty, pile number twos. It looks like I'm finally got to y'all. We're going to be looking at your reputation. And already, now this was after I left the pile number one and got up and went to take a piss. But for some reason, I saw a king of wands in reverse, a queen of wands upright, and the four of wands downwards, almost the same as the first pile. So who knows? Probably the people that had the same incident. Some of them came over to this pile, of course. Which hello and thank you for legitimizing that. And we're going to be going ahead and looking further into it. So King of Wands, I'm getting the sense that someone's pretty fucking power hungry. Okay. Queen of Wands, someone that's passionate, but there could be something where it's passion overdriven. That's definitely another case as well. So who knows? You could probably be the sort of person that would help out a lot of people, but inwards you're like, oh, they don't know type shit. So if that's you, then no, I'm pretty much damn near the same, even though it doesn't show like it. It's like I'll be fucking happy it meant that. It's like, of course. Uh, but the four of wands in reverse. My goodness, cat's fucking meowing. Oh, hold on. Four of wands in reverse, four of wands in reverse, four of wands in reverse. For some reason, I'm getting that you're the individual which would start good shit. I mean, like small startups, like small vendings, and like you could be a small time vendor, and you could have high peaks and low lows type shit, and you encounter those quite frequently. And it seems like you're the person that would switch up the market of what you're producing and what you're giving out, and you don't like to stay with any particular course. Like for instance, you start up something and it works for a bit, but then it shuts down and it's like, you didn't want to stick through that, so you just move on to the next one. I'm also getting bosses too. They don't necessarily know this. This could be ones of which you hired. They didn't like the way of which you constantly went and always updated and regulated shit. It could be because they just couldn't keep up with it. So you probably like would have updated standards as to what they would need to follow, but you would constantly change up those standards and it would seem to start to lose its grip and fall. So they probably didn't like the idea of going under those roads and seams of having to fucking twirl and twist around each and every fucking nook and cranny and detail. So who knows? You could be very Meticulous, very meticulous, to the point of which people are damn near almost scared to work with for you. And it could be also because they just don't see the vision of what you do and they can't share in it. But as for the power hungry dynamic, I'm curious. I'm looking at that. Because whenever it comes to 4 1s in reverse, it's definitely reflective of that element. And I'm getting to that there's a couple of you that wouldn't mind fucking anybody over. I'm getting that. There's a couple of you that wouldn't mind fucking anybody over. It's like, that'd be fucking cup of tea with fucking cup of joe on the side type shit. It's like, alright, well, okay, that's you. Go. But as for another, I would get it's a bit more hesitancy, but you would in the end. But and then there's others that are just so consumed by their vision that that's all they have. So it could be that you only have the vision and nothing else. So you could very much not really be a family oriented person at fucking least. It's like you probably don't associate with family members much. You probably don't talk to your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, fuck, grandfolks. You don't talk to quite a few people. And you seem to keep yourself quite in solitary. Even with fucking relationships, even with relationships, you keep yourself pretty solitary in solitude whenever it comes to interactions. Almost, almost bland like fucking Elon Musk. Like, I don't know how the fuck he's got a wife, and I don't know how the fuck she's staying. But I'm curious about that. I'm going to look that up and read up on further on that. But okay, what other descriptions can I do? They don't. And I'm also again for some too. They this could be within the occultism community itself or occultism, depending on how it's fucking pronounced now. I think occultism sounds right. Or occultism. Where the fuck definition or pronunciation you like. But you could be interested in that field, and you could also be having problems with finding sources to get your shit. And which, well, trust me, I focused on that, and it's like I'm still creating fucking prepping plans on that. But you could be having problems with sourcing. Like, for instance, your sourcing will be good, but then it'll start to lessen and lessen because they can't produce enough to the demand which you needed, and they couldn't ship it, and therefore you couldn't sell anything. I'm getting at times that there would be times in which you just fuck around. Like you would wear just red glasses. You'd wear shit that wouldn't make sense with something that was supposed to be cool. Like for instance, whenever it comes to like 60s and 50s, you know those motherfucking greasers with black jackets and all that, all fucking black shit. Or I think they have blue jeans or fucking just black pants. I don't know. Did they have blue jeans? I think they did, or not. But other than that, the whole point is that you would add in a little flair of yours, like for instance red glasses or anything, just to say either fuck the trend or start your own by saying fuck the trend. Uh, I'm getting that you're definitely a party pooper at times. You'd be the kind of person that would be willing to say, you know, shit that's pretty blunt and nobody would expect it, especially whenever it comes to an evening of enjoying yourself. It's like you'd be that kind of person that would just say stuff on just off aims with what others are describing whenever it comes to situations in life. You just throw in something and then suddenly everybody's silent. So that's also what I'm saying. What other descriptions can I give? Honestly, I think it's about it for that. But for this in general, 4 1s in reverse. What can I offer in terms of advice for that? I would say whenever it comes to planning, don't be so meticulous, just be focused on strategy. Strategy, it's a goal without any roads. Reason why is because you can take any road to get there. Okay? So whenever it comes to strategy, if you don't know what that even means, tactics are being able to plan things out in smaller portions. While strategy is a long-term goal. Okay? You need to have both strategy and tactics. Tactics move you inch by inch, while strategy is just there and you don't know which road you're going to be taking to get to that strategy. You don't know. So whenever it comes to that, don't make any plans on what road you're taking. Okay? Because trust me, whenever it comes to business, the roads will always switch up on you. So you're never going to be on the same road you were before. There's going to be a pivotal point in which you fucking step onto the next lane. And so just operate on smaller measures of planning and just focus on strategy. Strategy you definitely need to work on. Like, for instance, whenever it comes to chess, the strategy of chess is to beat your fucking opponent. Okay? So just have something very simple as to that measure or what you see yourself in the years to come. Okay? And I think that's going to be good for this pile at the moment. And hopefully you'll enjoy pretty well and pretty finely, I say. Whew. I'll just go ahead and get into it. There was a Queen of Wands in reverse, a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and there was a Six of Swords upright. And I'm getting here is that whenever it comes to what others see you as, they see you as somebody that has limited resources or just limited capacity. It could be from beliefs of which you kept about the circumstances in which you're in. But I'm also seeing with Queen of Pentacles that whenever it comes to family, you do have some pretty bad times whenever it comes to family. You could be one of those individuals that pens shit up and then expresses it towards people of whom didn't cause it. That's definitely another note to, that's what they're saying it as. It could be something that's just something on the deeper note of what you're operating from. And I'm noticing from this, I'm definitely feeling the fucking energy input. Whenever it comes to Six of Swords, for some reason, people see you as an unlucky person. And what I mean by that is it seems like whenever it comes to people, I don't know why this seems a little bit fucking depressing. In which I'm actually going to start giving out advice after I'm done with this reading. But it seems like when people come to you and collaborate with you or work with you or, be with you, it seems like they have lesser grounding as to what they're really doing. So it could be that you're a little bit dependent on others as well, quite dependent. I'm not going to say a little bit, quite dependent on others. So I'm going to go ahead and get into what I got from that, okay? And I'm going to be going into, honestly, whenever it comes to details of this, folks, it reflects a lot of my fucking life, so I'll share some of it, okay? So whenever it came from past experiences I've had. Now this, even though I don't know if people saw me like this, I definitely know that's what I felt like I was being seen as. And this was whenever it came before I even started YouTube. It came before I started anything. And I was just in this room and it wasn't any different. It was just barren fucking, it was almost like it looked like a fucking jail cell. Okay. And the whole point was that I didn't know what to do. Okay. And the only thing you can do is take a shit, take a piss, eat, drink water, whatever, fall asleep, get back up, do the same thing again, pace around. Now that's what I did. And I did that for about a good 3 years. And there's a lot of things of which were starting to be pent up because whenever it came to me, I was very silent, even though it doesn't appear like it now. Because, well, that's what happens whenever you do what the fuck the prophets do and wear sackcloth. The only difference is I didn't wear sackcloth. I would be the motherfucker that would put shorts on my fucking head as a hat and fucking, what else? Had the badass jacket on. then have shorts fucking up to here beneath my sternum in winter and go to the fucking mall. Honestly, it wasn't shorts. It was underwear I put on my fucking head as fucking headwear. But that's pretty much how I managed to get over those tangents of not being able to speak. Is whenever it comes to expressing yourself, you have to do so in such a way that it it makes it less serious. Whenever it comes to situations or being in you're seeing now, it's like if you just gave yourself tangents of which you just gave yourself permission just to be, just to fuck around and climb trees and shit, like fucking kids would do, or fucking just do shit that other adults wouldn't do. Okay? It's like there's times in which you can be adulting, and then there's times where you just gotta be back in that place of, all right, whenever it comes to the circumstances of which I've been holding within and have been, it seems like you're the kind of person that would hold things within and use it against yourself, which I used to do. Oh boy, this is reflecting this damn motion quite heavily. But I do know that whenever it comes to that, I do know you do have some thoughts of which you wish you didn't have. I definitely know that whenever it came to pacing around, trust me. Whenever you express nothing and everything's contained within, it can be a nudge and a fucking screw and fucking scraping against steel. It's like you can cause some pretty horrific thoughts to arise from that whenever nothing's expressed. And you could be the kind of person that doesn't know who they are and doesn't know what they want. And I'd say just focus on the tangents of you having fun, okay? Just focus on having fun, okay? And not in the mentions of, going out and beyond yourself to inflict what the fuck's been contained within upon another. I'm speaking it more like artistic, whether you're fucking aggressive, fucking start fighting, man. Fucking do that. It's like if you need to fucking put a pillow up against a tree and fucking duct tape around it and fucking try to knock that tree down, go ahead. Because if that's the way in which you need to get it out, that's preferable. I guess I could go into the deeper tangents of the 3 years of which I spent and the reason why I started. Is whenever it came to the occult, this was my fucking saving grace for me. Okay? Now, obviously, under a Christian household, I'm not going to mention the whole fucking Christian occultic fucking one against the other type shit. I'm done with that fucking topic. But the one thing I did know was that whenever it came to 3 years of pacing, is that it will cause you to say fuck reasoning. And what I mean by that, it's going to show you that whenever it comes to reasoning itself, it's not the end all be all of all fucking things. It's like whenever it comes to the world itself and the existence of all things, it's quite fucking irrational. Even though we could have systems in place in which describe how the functions work, it's like without us, there would be no fucking observable functions in which we see, in which there'd be nothing to see it. But whenever it comes to the irrationality of things and also, you could be that kind of person that's been silent for a long time. And I'd say don't give yourself any less credit than you're. Just give yourself the credit that you were able to be up here now. Okay? Because if you're silent whenever you're young and it continued up until now, you need to give yourself some fucking credit pops. I'm just saying. You need to give yourself some credit and some fun time. Go out, fuck around. You don't need friends. Trust me, I don't have any. So if I'm A-OK fucking beaming light like fucking Moses was without friends, you're good too. Because trust me, whenever you start expressing yourself as an individual, people are going to be not a whole part of this charade thing, but then whenever it continues on and on and on, and whenever you start actively progressing, because that's the whole point of it, is that whenever you start acting apart from what everyone else is doing, especially whenever it comes to opinions, I one doubt it if you have a lot of opinions in which you don't know you got that actually could be fucking groovy. So whenever it comes to opinions, go ahead, speak them out, and just be mindful what the fuck you say. But other than that, I'm just going to go ahead and end this damn video. That's like, oh, okay. I'm starting to feel the fucking energy.